Welcome! Thank you for joining me for this video on project administration within the Community Assessor tool, also known as CAT. This video is focused on adding the project members, adding the link to the final CWPP, and setting the status for a project. This video is relevant to those with the Assessment Coordinator role. As an Assessment Coordinator, you can add new project members to a project. You can add a field assessor who will conduct assessments for projects in the field, or assign another assessment coordinator. To assign someone to conduct assessments for communities, go to the project where you want to assign a field assessor. From here, select the Project Members tab. We can see any assigned members in the list if any have been added. To add the field assessor, I will select Add Member. In this member search field, I can type the name of the field assessor. Once I type a few letters, you can see the field assessor appear if your state administrator has given them access to CAT. Select Add for the row that has their name. This field assessor has been given permission to do an assessment on any communities that have been added for this project, which they can do in person once they visit those neighborhoods. The Assigned Members table shows the name of who was added, their role, who added them, and we are able to remove them from the project if needed. Let's go back to the Associated Communities tab. Once we have the link to the CWPP, we can add it to the project by selecting the Add button here. Enter the URL, then select Add. Once our field assessor completes all the assessments, we will want to set the status of the project to completed. In the map, we can see the communities with complete assessments because they will be color-coded by their hazard rating. We can see in the table the status of these communities as well. In this example, we see the status is assessed for all communities. Now we are ready to lock the report. To do this, select Set Status. Next, choose Locked. You will notice that there is an option for Retired, so if you are ready to retire a project, you can select this option instead. Once you select the status, choose Apply Status. To confirm your choice, select Lock. We can now see here that the status is updated to Locked. As a result of this, I can now download the project report, which contains a summary of all the communities that were assessed. The report is in Word format and will be available in your Downloads folder of your computer, and will also appear in your browser's downloads. Be sure to select Enable Editing if you want to make any changes. On the first page, we see all communities on the map, which are color-coded by their hazard rating. On the second page, we see a list of communities, their details, and they are ranked with the highest hazard score at the top and the lowest score at the bottom. This report is helpful for those who are developing their community wildfire protection plans because this information will help them prioritize and strategize. When you set the status to Locked, it will cause the details to be shared to the Wildfire Risk Explorers. Both the basic and the advanced viewers will update with the information from your community assessment project. I'm in the advanced viewer for Nevada, and we are going to look at map themes. I have turned off most of the layers so we can see what this community risk assessment layer does. Below Fire, I can select Community Risk Assessment. When I select this layer, the communities that we have assessed and locked are now displayed on the map. If I select the Identify icon and select a community on the map, I will see information about this community. If I scroll down, I'll see the community risk assessment details, which include the project name, the community's name, the hazard rating, and if I have the authority to go to the CAT, I can select the link and go to the project. Thank you for watching. Be sure to check out other videos on the Community Assessor tool.